Caitlin Clark made a significant impact in 2024, and expectations remain high for the basketball phenom in 2025. Last year, the 22-year-old transitioned from concluding a record-setting collegiate career to being selected as the #1 draft pick in the WNBA, elevating the already celebrated homegrown talent from Iowa into the realm of sports superstardom. Her skills on the court, along with her influence on the future of women's basketball off the court, have garnered her numerous accolades and recognitions, with many esteemed North American media outlets designating her as their 2024 Athlete of the Year. However, a new year brings forth a new season, and many will be closely monitoring Clark's activities and potential achievements, especially in light of her remarkable ascent. Find details regarding the upcoming games for the Indiana Fever star below. Caitlin Clark will not participate in Unrivaled, the newly established women's 3-on-3 league launching in Miami on Friday, January 17, 2025. Following an exhilarating 12 months, which included her transition from college to the WNBA, reports indicate she is choosing to rest and prepare for the forthcoming season, set to commence on Saturday, May 17. Nevertheless, several of Clark's contemporaries will be participating in the new basketball initiative co-founded by Olympic gold medalists Breanna Stewart and Napheesa Collier. Notable players such as Angel Reese, Kahleah Copper, Kelsey Plum, and Jewel Lloyd are among those scheduled to compete. While fans might need to wait to see Clark return to the court, the matchups outlined in the 2025 WNBA regular season schedule will certainly be worthwhile. In recognition of one of the prominent emerging rivalries in the WNBA, Indiana is slated to compete against the Chicago Sky 5 times, promising numerous new chapters in the long-standing rivalry between Clark and LSU's Reese. Clark was nearly unanimously recognized as the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, with the only first-place vote she did not secure going to Reese. With a mere 182 miles separating the two teams' arenas, fans can anticipate exhilarating action throughout the season. Additionally, college basketball enthusiasts will be focused on the Dallas Wings, who are projected to select UConn's Paige Bueckers with their #1 pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. Questions are already emerging about whether Bueckers might emerge as the next Clark, as the two are expected to face each other for the first time on Saturday, June 28, providing an opportunity for many to find answers. Other significant dates include the All-Star Game, which is scheduled to take place on Saturday, July 19, at Clark's home venue, Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Clark was among the two rookies selected for last year's All-Star team. After reaching the playoffs for the first time since 2016 last season, the Indiana Fever aim to secure their second championship this year. With Caitlin Clark entering her sophomore year, new head coach Stephanie White, and emerging talents like Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull, the Fever are poised to leverage the WNBA free agency period to construct a more formidable team. However, a primary objective for the organization is to persuade Kelsey Mitchell, who has been an integral part of the team, to remain. The guard is poised to enter unrestricted free agency, yet the Fever has the opportunity to designate her as a core player, which they are anticipated to pursue. Kelsey Mitchell is our foremost priority as we approach free agency, Fever General Manager Amber Cox stated in November, as reported by Indy Star. In my assessment, she represents a foundational element of our franchise. She has been with us for 7 seasons, has faced numerous challenges, and has not experienced substantial success, so I genuinely wish for her to be here to savor the forthcoming opportunities. She is deserving of that. The core designation will afford the Fever exclusive negotiating rights in exchange for a 1-year Supermax salary, which approximates $249,000 for a single season agreement. If they choose to core her, they could theoretically restrict her from engaging with other teams. However, they may grant her permission to communicate with other teams while still retaining her rights or potentially negotiate a sign-and-trade deal. According to Indy Star, Fever's new president Kelly Krauskopf expresses confidence that Mitchell will choose to remain. I believe that there is no other team where she could optimize her skill set more effectively. She had an outstanding year playing alongside Caitlin Clark, and I consider them to be a highly dynamic duo, she conveyed to the publication. Mitchell is presently competing overseas, yet she has expressed her openness to exploring offers during free agency. In September, she indicated her intention to pursue what's best for her situation. That does not mean I am committing to one team exclusively, but I need to be self-serving during this process, she articulated. Nonetheless, she acknowledged, "Clearly, I have always considered Indy to be my home, so it could very well serve as my home once more." Mitchell and Clark demonstrated significant synergy throughout the previous season, and their rapport played a crucial role for the Fever. Should the team succeed in retaining her and leverage WNBA free agency to acquire forward players, they may emerge as one of the most formidable franchises in the upcoming season. The WNBA trade speculation involving Satou Sabally and Caitlin Clark-led Indiana Fever continues to gain momentum. Sabally has publicly declared her intention not to return to Dallas for the next season as she heads into free agency. The Wings have core designated her to ensure they gain value in return, positioning her as a candidate for a sign-and-trade deal. The Fever is widely regarded as a plausible landing spot, alongside the New York Liberty. WNBA analyst Terica Foster-Brasby has indicated that Indiana presents a more advantageous destination for Sbally. As she remarked on the On Her Turf show on Tuesday, "The first team that comes to my mind is Indiana. I recognize that may sound surprising, but I believe Indiana would be an excellent choice if she opts to depart from Dallas." New head coach, new prospects await. The Fever are already playoff contenders, while Smith is in the concluding year of her contract and is considered a potential trade option. Foster-Brasby suggested that she could create a spot for Sbally on the roster should the Fever, and Satou Sabally stands out as one of the most valuable assets in the offseason. The German athlete has dedicated 5 seasons to the WNBA, all with the Dallas Wings. Over 97 games, she has averaged 15.7 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. Sabally may represent an excellent acquisition for the Indiana Fever alongside Caitlin Clark. However, should the Fever express any interest, they will encounter formidable competition for her commitment. The defending champions, New York Liberty, could potentially vie for Sabally's services. The Liberty are already considered title favorites above the Fever, further complicated by the presence of Sabally's sister, Naira, on that team. Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese openly discussed the difficulties of sustaining a public relationship, indicating that her next social media revelation regarding love would only occur post-marriage. The WNBA athlete reflected on her past encounters, underscoring the significance of privacy and commitment in her forthcoming relationships. In a recent podcast episode, Reese made a significant statement regarding her future romantic engagements and public visibility. She asserted firmly that she would only disclose details about her relationship status once she marries. This assertion highlighted her dedication to maintaining privacy and self-respect, particularly after navigating the challenges of public examination in her previous relationships. Reese's decision was influenced by the complications arising from her former relationship with Cameron Fletcher. Their partnership endured substantial pressures due to their prominent profiles and the complexities associated with maintaining a public romance. Following their separation, Reese contemplated the difficulties of exposing personal facets of her life to the public, prompting a re-evaluation of her approach to relationships moving forward. During her discussion, Angel stressed the critical nature of loyalty and trust, reaffirming her belief that these aspects are essential in any partnership. She articulated a firm stance against infidelity, asserting that disloyalty would lead to an immediate termination of the relationship. This straightforward perspective resonated with her audience, many of whom endorsed her commitment to retaining personal boundaries. Recently, the Chicago Sky forward candidly addressed the realities of maintaining a public relationship. This was highlighted in a video posted by her podcast's official Instagram account. Her decision to keep future relationships confidential until marriage not only exhibited maturity but also an intention to safeguard her emotional health. By establishing this boundary, Reese sought to evade the challenges of public speculation and scrutiny that frequently accompanied her romantic affairs. This preemptive choice illustrated her development and resolve to prioritize her happiness. Reese's announcement regarding her decision to disclose her relationship status only post-marriage signifies a notable transformation in her perspective towards intimacy and confidentiality. By emphasizing fidelity and dedication, she established a personal benchmark that garnered widespread admiration. This new phase in her life epitomized both a personal journey and an intention to approach her forthcoming relationships according to her own standards. Chicago Sky athlete Angel Reese is preparing to feature prominently in the inaugural season of Unrivaled. In addition to enhancing her skills throughout the WNBA season, the new 3v3 League camp has provided her the opportunity to engage more with teammates from other franchises, including former Sky member Marina Mabrey. Mabrey, a shooting guard, was initially selected by the Los Angeles Sparks in the 2019 draft. Subsequently, she played for the Dallas Wings before joining the Chicago Sky, where she contributed for a season and a half. In July 2024, she was traded to the Connecticut Sun in return for guards Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson, alongside a 2025 first-round draft pick and the option to exchange first-round picks in 2026. In a recent video posted by Reese, the forward prompted Mabrey to address the speculation surrounding her departure from the Sky, purportedly due to issues with her. Money Mabrey, I have a conspiracy. People want to know. Marina, did you leave Chicago because of me? Reese inquired. No. Mabrey quickly replied, eliciting laughter from both. I love Angel, the real ones know, she continued, effectively dispelling any rumors of conflict between them. In fact, Mabrey had previously commented on her choice to leave the Sky. Being part of a team like this that is so disciplined with a championship mindset, I haven't experienced that yet, Mabrey stated to reporters in Boston in August, a remark interpreted as a critique of her former team, Chicago. However, the year 2025 might present a different scenario for both the Sun and the Sky. In the previous season, the Connecticut Sun were ousted in the second round of the WNBA playoffs by the Minnesota Lynx, who ultimately became the finalists. Conversely, the Chicago Sky did not secure a spot in the postseason. Both teams are poised for a new beginning in 2025. The Sun will be under the direction of Rashid Mazian, who succeeds Stephanie White, the former head coach who departed in October 2023 to lead the Indiana Fever. The team is likely to undergo significant restructuring as numerous key players, including Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Jones, Unrestricted, DeWanna Bonner, and others, are approaching free agency. Conversely, the Chicago Sky parted ways with Teresa Weatherspoon to appoint Tyler Marsh, previously an assistant coach with the Las Vegas Aces. With Reese and Camila Cardozo as their marquee players, it will be intriguing to observe the strategic decisions the Sky will implement in the market.